Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Future Retirees. I'm Lenny.
And I'm Stephanie. It's so good to see you all. I know it's been a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we pray everybody had a blessed holiday and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Listen, this channel, we like to talk about real life strategies for saving money, building flexibility, planning for the next chapter of your life as we look forward to what the next chapter will be for us as we go closer to retirement. So whether you are 2 years or 25 or even 30 years from retirement, this channel is for you. Do us a favor, and if you find this content helpful, go ahead and make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and share it with anyone who may be like-minded as well. So today's episode, we're going to be talking about something that we had kind of alluded to on a past couple of episodes before, and that is the emergency fund and what we use to create or build our emergency fund, and that's the high yield savings account.
Yes. So we're going to be breaking down the high yield savings account. We're going to be talking about three in particular, and we're going to be giving pros and cons. We're going to be talking about CashAp, SoFi, and one we're most familiar with, Ally Bank, because that's the one we use for our high yield savings account.
Absolutely. And before we get started into that, just as always, as a quick disclaimer, we are not financial analysts. We're not financial planners or anything to that nature. We're just sharing information, kind of sharing our life story, sharing the things that we've learned in our journey. So just like with anything else, we are always going to encourage you to do your own research and ultimately find out what works best for you.
Yes.
With that being said, let's delve into it. Why high yield savings account, Steph?
Yeah, so it's really important to have a high yield savings account. So some people have their savings in their regular traditional bank, which is nothing wrong with that. But just a good point is with the regular savings in a regular bank, you're only getting 0.01%.
Say what?
Yeah. So the high yield savings account we're going to be discussing today, they have a good APY, annual percentage yield, and so you're getting more bang for your buck.
Exactly. With these high yield savings account, you can easily earn 20, maybe even 100 times more interest, just depending on what the rate is. And that really means ultimately that the money is working better for you. Now, we're not suggesting that you're going to get rich off of just having a savings account. Your retirement plan is going to have a bunch of different components, but the bare foundation of getting financially free is making sure that you have that emergency savings fund for when those emergencies happen. And the high yield savings account is a great mechanism in how to fund, for lack of a better word, your emergency fund.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and jump right into it with one that is kind of a popular for a lot of people, or is well known for a lot of people, that Stephanie just made mention of, and that's CashApp. When we talk about CashApp, that's probably one of the most well known that we'll be talking about today, and most people know it for like sending money if you're paying back somebody for lunch or for a service. I know my barber used to use CashApp, all that stuff. CashApp is pretty well used today. And in our research, what we didn't realize was that CashApp actually also offers a high yield saving option too.
Yes. So the first pro for CashApp is it's super easy and very user friendly. So if you already have CashApp, we actually kind of tested it. You can click on like from the main screen, you can click on savings and start like a little savings account, and it only take like 10 seconds to set up.
Yeah, super quick, super easy. Another pro for it is it has a pretty competitive APY with no real minimums that you have to invest in. Yep. So it's competitive. You don't have to deposit like hundreds or thousands of dollars really to get started. And really for those who may be new to the emergency savings fund and the high yield savings account journey, that's a great low barrier to entry, particularly if you already use the CashApp platform.
Yes. They also allow you to do like visual saving goals, so you can actually name them your goals. So you can have like a home repair goal, emergency fund goal, car maintenance goals. So you can name and set up different goals. Also, you can do automatic deposits in there, weekly or monthly automatic deposits. So you could just like set it and forget it.
Good thing to know.
Yeah.
And another, I guess, pro that we were talking about as well is the instant transfer feature. If you're familiar with Cash App at all, you know that in your cash balance, you have the option to actually transfer your cash almost instantaneously to the bank that you're linked with, or you can transfer it the traditional way. If you do it instantly, there's a small fee that's usually involved in it. With the savings portion, you can instantly transfer it over to the cash balance portion of your account. So if there is something that you like need to do or emergency that you need access to your funds right then and there, it's a seamless and an immediate mechanism and way to gain access to that emergency fund. Hopefully it's truly an emergency,
All right.
but again, if you need it, that's a neat feature that Cash App offers.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, so the next one we're going to go over some cons for Cash App. So with Cash App is not a traditional bank,
Yeah.
but one good thing is it's FDIC insured. But if you're the type of person that's used to going to your traditional banks for savings, like to deposit something in your savings or withdraw from your savings and talk to someone in person, Cash App is not the one, but it's still basically something that you can just do through the app.
Yeah.
Basically.
Good point. Along the same lines, I guess another con for some people may be that it doesn't necessarily have a full suite of like banking tools. So you won't get like a full ecosystem of like retirement, loans, budgeting tools, the customer service like you would with maybe some other traditional banks or other platforms that are out there.
And the last con is overly simple. Some people like more of a challenge. They like to see like analytics and charts and things like that on their apps. Cash App is simple. It's kind of like bare bones. So for some people that may be a little boring, but that also may be a pro for some people that just want something basic and simple.
Yeah, good point. So when we're thinking about Cash App, like who really is it designed or geared for? I would say, first of all, there's no perfect person or perfect app or perfect way to do it. But Cash App is good for someone who wants maybe simplicity. You want instant access to your funds, and definitely, particularly if you again are new to high yield savings accounts and new to emergency saving funds, and you already use the platform. To me, it's a no-brainer. Cash App is probably a good thing to look at and explore.
Yeah, I agree. If you're young and just want to start building your emergency fund, and you already have Cash App, why not? It only take a few seconds to set up.
Cool beans. Let's go to our next one, which is SoFi. Yeah.
Yeah. So far, it's starting to get really popular. It has extremely high APY and it has modern features. So let's talk about some pros for SoFi.
Okay. So I think right off the bat, one of the pros that we found was that it has, at least at the time that we had done the research, one of the higher APYs in the industry. So they consistently offer really, really good competitive rates, particularly if you're willing to set up direct deposits.
Yeah, that's true. And they have a second pro is it has a full financial ecosystem. Like it does, it has so much things that it offers. It offers savings, checking, investing, IRAs. It has loans. It has different like credit score tools and like different cashback categories. So it basically it's like a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if that's your thing, SoFi is something to seriously consider. Another pro is from what we've seen or what we've heard, some of the reviews that we've heard, it's got a not I won't even say decent, it's got a very good mobile app. So it's if you're one of those tech people who like the feel and the interface of things, they've consistently scored high on like their interface, automation options, budgeting tools that are built right into the app that make it more convenient for you.
Yeah, that's good to know. Another one that I was surprised to see is that another pro is that it has no fees and no minimums. So we love that you can actually open this account with $0 and still get the best rate. So that is very good to know.
Yeah. less is better sometimes.
Exactly. Yes.
And I guess another pro along that same lines is that looks like if you need to access like funds and you have it connected to, I guess, some type of account, ATM access, they
Hmm.
do offer fee-free
Hmm.
ATM access worldwide. So if you're traveling and need to withdraw cash often, that can be a big plus.
Okay. So of course they have a few cons. We're going to start with the first con is to get that best rate, you have to have a direct deposit. So without the direct deposit, you actually get a slightly lower APY, but so far it's like one of the highest APY anyway. So that's still good to know.
Yep, good point.
Mhm.
Uh, Another con, I guess, just depends on your what you're used to, and it's the fact that actually for both Cash App and for SoFi, really, they're not the traditional like brick and mortar bank. So if you are attached to having a physical location that you absolutely have to go to, that you want to walk into to conduct your business, um, you may struggle a little bit with SoFi as it's I'd say 100% digital platform.
Yes. And the last con about so far is the app is kind of complex. So if you're that person that's not really tech savvy, it could be a little overwhelming because it offers so much. So the app is kind of complex. It's not as simple as Cash App.
Yeah. So who is SoFi best for? When we're talking about that, it's really good for people who are more interested in getting one of the higher APYs that are out there, who like great technology, who want everything like your saving, checking, investing, all in one place. More tech savvy. SoFi could possibly be a great fit for you.
Yeah, or anybody that just want to step up there and level up their financial planning, so far it's good for you.
Well, that leads us to our last one that we want to talk about today, and that is one that we have some personal experience with.
Yes.
That is Ally Bank.
Yes. So first pro for Ally, like I said, we're very familiar with Ally because we have that. It's very consistent and reliable. They might not offer the highest APY, but extremely stable from our experience. No surprises, no gimmicks, and yeah, it's very reliable.
Yeah, it's a very, very reliable platform. When we got in, we were kind of new to the emergency fund high yield saving game,
Hmm.
and they came very highly recommended to
Yeah.
us. And I'm not going to lie, we were kind of, well, I was kind of skeptical about the whole doing stuff online, high yield savings account type deal. But their continued reliable APY was something that sold me. Um, Another pro, if you want to call it that, is they've got a good reputation for customer service.
Hmm.
If you God forbid, need to contact for a problem or an issue, or just need to talk to someone about your account, they consistently have a strong reputation for high quality customer support and easy dispute resolution, which is golden, particularly with a online platform as well.
Yes. And one of my favorite pros is the bucket system for savings. One of my favorite things about Ally is because you can set up different buckets. Like we have one for home repairs, we have one for car maintenance, we have a travel bucket, we have emergency fund bucket, clothing bucket for the kids. They are growing like crazy. So I like the fact that you can set it up with your different buckets, all while earning interest. So and then you set the goal for the bucket. So for example, like your travel bucket may be 1,500, but then you may have a different goal for the clothing bucket that may be 500. But all of it, you're just depositing it, and you're still gaining interest on all of your different buckets.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's something psychological or not,
Yeah.
but it's cool seeing like if you're to your point, if your bucket is $1,500 and you put something in it,
Hmm.
and you now see that you got 1,000 out of the 1,500 of your goal, whatever that goal is.
Yeah.
It's it. I don't know. It just does something
Yeah.
psychological for me to know that hey, this is actually working. This is building, and I'm reaching. You can tangibly see that you're moving toward the goal that you set. So
Yeah, I agree. And it helps me kind of stay organized a little bit. Like for instance, instead of just pulling everything in one lump emergency fund account, seeing it, even though it's still the same total, but it's still in different buckets, seeing the
Mm,
different buckets make me a little more disciplined because, okay, this is coming out of the car bucket, if that makes sense, versus just coming out of the whole overall and just seeing your account going down and just using your savings and things like that, if that makes sense. Yeah.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I like that. So, with all of those pros, there are a couple of cons that if we want to call it that we should probably mention as well. And one of them is the APY isn't actually always the highest. They've got a reputation for being pretty consistent. So definitely, after what you said about what the banks are giving, you're going to do much better than a traditional savings account. But it's going to be kind of a steady, middle of the road type APY. Not always industry leading, not always the top of the pack, but steady. And so for some people, if they're wanting to get the best bang for their buck, they may look at some other platforms that have a higher APY.
Yep. Second con is it's no physical branch as well. It's all online. So if you the type of person that want to go into a physical branch, Ally is not it. And basically, being that it's all online, some people kind of, are a little skeptical with financial apps. But like I said, we have used it, so we're kind of getting used to that part of it.
Yeah. Last con, again, if we want to call it that, is it can take a little bit of time to get your money if you need it. So we've talked about having to access emergency funds in the past,
Yes.
and with them, it can't. I think the quickest would be 1 business day. So God forbid if you got something going on like a Friday or a Saturday where you need to access your money right then, could be a little bit of a problem for you. Uh, and I guess the way that you look at it, it could be a plus and a con because it also makes you make sure that the reason why you're taking it out is actually an emergency or actually related to the bucket that you have, whatever you've created, because you know that it's going to take XYZ a day, 2 business days, whatever, for you to actually access it or to receive it. So that can be a con and a plus, just depending on what your personality and mentality is.
Yeah, so for our personal experience, even though we have this for as emergency fund, we still have like a little savings in our regular traditional bank. So if we need a little cushion to hold us over into that account, we have like a backup plan, like a immediate savings backup plan, and then that will come within 1 to 3 business days.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. So when we talk about who Ally is best for, it's good for people who want stability, great customer service, good budgeting tools, and it has a very good set it and forget it kind of like feature. Like Stephanie was saying, hey, you get your buckets, you put it in, you manage it. It's overall a well-rounded platform for people.
Yeah, we use Ally. It has been a blessing to us when during the government shutdown. This is what we lived off of during that time when I didn't receive pay. So it really came in handy. So we're really encouraging you to set up an emergency fund if you don't have one. Like we're here if you have any questions, but it's really simple to set up, and I really highly recommend an emergency fund.
That's right. Unfortunately, at the time of this recording, we're in January and government still hasn't done their budget for for the year yet, right? So they're still on that continual resolution. It's supposed to be done by January 30th. So maybe talking to you again sooner rather than later. But regardless, if you're a government worker or whatever, making sure that you have these funds can be a definite lifesaver just for the things that happen in life. So as Stephanie said, we definitely encourage you to start that journey. If it's $1, $2, $3, $5, whatever it is, getting into the practice of squirreling away that money. Our recommendation is always that we want you to get at least $1,000. Make that your first goal, $1,000, and then you can just build upon that. And we can definitely talk about that more in another future episode.
Yes, because we do it better when we do it together. So join us on starting your emergency fund. We're going to link like a was it like a description referral for Ally
Oh, okay.
in the
Yeah.
description because we do have like a referral that we can link if you want to go with Ally. But do your research because we named these three, but there's some other high yield savings accounts out there as well that you can use as well.
Yeah, it's probably 20, 30, 100
Yeah.
that are out there. So always do your own research.
Yes.
But this is just a good, if nothing else, starting point for you to consider things that are out there.
That's right.
And so that's all that we've got on this particular time. I think we've reached what we wanted to say.
Yeah.
Hey, join us for the next one. And, if this is something that you found helpful, again, consider subscribing, consider liking and sharing this content.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to what 2026 has in store for this channel and for you.
That's
Also, drop us a comment and let us know maybe there's a platform that we haven't considered or that you use that you have a lot of success with.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's share the information, share the wealth. And like my wife said, now it's in my head. We do it better when we do it together.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Hey, until the next time, we'll see you.
Yes, bye. Be blessed.
Take care.